The title Migrating Objects evokes the great physical distance the 35 objects in the show have traveled, coming from places like West Mexico, Papua New Guinea in the Pacific, Ivory Coast from Africa. And when those objects migrated, much of the original contextual information about those objects were lost. And in its place, many of the artists who collected objects like this, and Peggy Guggenheim herself, projected their own meanings, and in many cases mythic meanings, onto these objects. So as objects migrated, so too did their meanings. In our exhibition, we are presenting two competing stories. In some of the galleries, we privilege the original meanings that these objects would have had for their original makers and communities. In other galleries, we bring up the ways in which artists reinterpreted and borrowed from these objects for their own art, and by extension, the ways in which Peggy Guggenheim installed these objects next to works by modern artists from Europe and America. This flute figure was carved by a Chambry artist from the Sepik area of Papua New Guinea. This, for example, would have been part of a flute ensemble attached to a longer bamboo pole and used during ritual music performances. But it's also, of course, a highly expressive and exquisitely detailed work of art. Those two competing ways of looking at objects as either art or artifact, in many ways, I hope our show suggests that that's not at all a definite binary.